Hello, and welcome to another episode of Shaping the Future. I'm Dr. Jeff Gold, and I have the honor of serving as the president of the University of Nebraska system. This series that we call Shaping the Future celebrates extraordinary individuals across our campuses and communities. It celebrates innovators whose work is helping us imagine and build what's coming next. And today is no exception. Our guest is Megan Elliott, the founding director of the Johnny Carson Center for Emerging Media Arts here at the University of Nebraska Lincoln campus. Megan is a visionary leader at the intersection of storytelling, technology, and human imagination. Under her leadership, the Carson Center is preparing students not just for jobs of today, but jobs that don't even exist. Megan, thanks so much for joining us. It's a great pleasure to have you with us. And of course, for many in the audience, they know you well, but many don't. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit about your background and what attracted you to come here to become the head of the Carson Center.
Thank you, Dr. Gold. It's a great honour to be here, actually. Well, as you can tell from my accent, I'm actually from Australia. I like to tease sometimes because I'm from Sydney and say I'm from West Nebraska. But
very far west.
Very far west Nebraska. I'm actually originally from the bush, from rural Australia, so I do understand Nebraska and being from rural areas, although I finished high school in Sydney in the city. I have lived all over the world. I've lived and worked in 17 countries around the world, across China, India, Europe, and have had my own company. I've also been the executive director of the Australian Writers Guild. So I've been in theatre and the arts and then eventually emerging media arts for a long time and for most of my career. And what attracted me to Nebraska and to the Johnny Carson Center for Emerging Media Arts was that it was an opportunity to build something brand new that hadn't been done before, that was a total intersection, not just of storytelling and technology, but something that was truly interdisciplinary, something where you could take the emerging media arts and apply it not just to entertainment and that form of storytelling, but to other media and to other industries, whether it be to agriculture or healthcare, and do it within an R1 land grant university like the University of Nebraska Lincoln, and do it with the legendary Johnny Carson name behind you. So to me, it was a no-brainer. You know, I had to throw my hat into the ring, as we say.
Well, we're certainly thrilled that you did. So help me understand, when we talk about emerging media arts, what do we really mean by that?
Yeah, it's very easy to say it's always emerging. And it is.
All of life is emerging.
I know, exactly, all the time. The way that we have been defining it is that our students, their foundational learning is code, so some computational media. So they learn about the basics of code and some computer science. They learn about design. So they learn how to think critically and how to design and tell stories through systems. They learn about storytelling, so script writing and world building. And then they also learn to think entrepreneurially and how to build businesses. So those are some forms of emerging media, and then how to make a life out of it. They also start to play in other areas of emerging media arts, like synthetic biology and looking at being biodesigners and these forms of really nascent kinds of emergent systems that are happening now. But things that things that are sort of happening and have some industry and some kind of, I guess you could say, markets behind them, and then some things that are really, really on the fringes.
Well, it sounds like, if among many other things, it's truly interdisciplinary.
Yes.
So whether it's writing code or storytelling, whether it's entrepreneurial skills and knowledge, or anything and everything in between.
Yeah.
And that's probably what makes it exciting. At least I'm listening to you tell the story, and I'm thinking about where I might sign up.
Yes, we'd love to have you.
To do some of those things as well. And are there partnerships where the students get to apply some of their newly gained knowledge and skills?
Yes, absolutely there are. We have a course called Innovation Studio, which always happens with industry or with community. and students go on internships with industry and with community. It is interdisciplinary from day one, and thrillingly, I think in our building we also have the dance department, and dancers are joiners by nature. They travel in packs and they are truly interdisciplinary, and the director of the dance program, Susan Orada, has done amazing work with drones and robots since she's been at the university, and is a joy to collaborate with. So we also have had many students from engineering and computer science and the School of Arts and Music in our program, joining both in our classes but also building projects out in the community with our students. So it's fantastic. Our students have also worked on grants with professors across the university, on Grand Challenges grants. They've done new care with professors outside of the discipline of emerging media arts, and worked in communities across rural Nebraska.
Really?
Yep.
So are there any particular projects that the students have done that you're really proud of, or would be a good example of emerging media arts?
So many. I'm thinking of one. Professor Ash Smith has been outstanding at this, actually, with a lot of the work she's done with community and with the Rural Drug Addiction Research Program and Center at the university. She's done world building in Alliance in West Nebraska, working with communities with addiction, where students have worked with communities and professors to do world building exercises to build new futures with the community and to build out ideas of what that community could look like, futures without drug addiction. They have worked with another area where they have reimagined what missile silos could look like. They've worked with in the Haymarket to imagine what new visions of the Haymarket could look like, or reimagined 14th Street downtown. So it's been truly remarkable what they've come up with. And at the end of every semester, we have what we call an open studio, where we throw open the doors of the Carson Center. We get about 400 people come through and really have a look at what the students have been doing throughout the semester. It's truly magical.
How many students in a given year approximately might go through?
We have 40 majors. We accept 40 majors every year, so 160 majors in the building.
And what would it take to make that 60 or 80?
Some more funding.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And that's so we would need some more professors to teach them. We're excited to be potentially starting a minor, because I think what we really want is to make it truly interdisciplinary, and I like to think about the emerging media arts coming out across Nebraska and touching everyone. And really that's what we see. We see engineers and computer scientists and other students who'd really like to minor in emerging media arts or come and take some classes, but who really need that or want that major somewhere else, but take a few classes.
So when do you think that minor or concentration might actually be available?
Oh, I think in a few years. I don't think it's very far away at all.
Well, if there's anything that we can do or I can do to accelerate it, it sounds like a great opportunity. And so if there's somebody watching this video that wants more information about the Carson School for Emerging Media, how would they go about that? Is there a particular website or a place that they have some podcasts or maybe even another video that could explain the access?
Yes, I should start a podcast. I should take a lesson from you, many lessons from you, Dr. Gold. Yes, they could go to the carsoncenter.unl.edu to have a look about how to apply, and all of our contact details are on there if they'd like to come and have a tour or a visit to find out more.
Well, it's so great to have you with us today. It's a fantastic center, as you know. We've toured it several times. We've brought a number of outside visitors there. And this would also be a really good time for me to thank the Carson Foundation, who has just been absolutely phenomenal from a conceptual perspective down to actually writing the checks that made it all possible.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
And thank you so much for being with us today on this extra special session.